Hello and welcome to Tech Reality Tuesdays. I'm Winning Reality, and with me as always is SpacePowerMonkey. SpacePowerMonkey, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome, man. I'm doing awesome. Always. Now, you have been a busy little monkey, haven't you?
Yeah, I was traveling all Sunday, so slowly getting back into the groove here in the States, but it's exciting times.
How does it feel to be back in America?
Honestly, terrible. Have you seen food prices?
Yes, I have. Hey guys,
Yeah,
how you
they're
doing?
outrageous.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. We got T-Rex Trucking, Suzanne, T3, Cool Gamer, and Outpost Nerd, T-Rex Trucking. Looks like Outpost Nerd, he's got a new job, so he's just popping in to say hello before he goes to bed. Hello and good night.
Good luck with the new job.
Yeah. He's already got one day under his belt and he's ready to go. Ready to go. Yeah. So hey, tonight we're gonna just read through some news, and it's gonna be just kind of a chill night. We don't have any like real hard topics, but we found some interesting articles for you guys. And then since Space Power Monkeys adjusting to time and whatnot, so probably won't go as long as normal tonight. We will well, that, and we just want to kind of have a chill stream as well. So lots of questions from you guys. Please ask away. We can just chat if you guys want to as well. But we'll pull up some articles and we'll kind of run through some of the highlights of this, the news this week. And I found some articles that have to do with and Mike, is there anything else you want to add?
Nope, you covered it.
All right, cool. Do you have anything you want to start with?
Nope, I'm behind on looking up articles, so there we are.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, well, I got one for us. There we go. Let's see how this looks. There we go. All right, well, OpenAI proposes a new way to use ChatGPT-4 for content moderation. I thought this would be interesting because it kind of talks, hey, Rose, how you doing? Because it kind of talks about how, what we were talking about earlier, like much earlier, about how there needs to be some AI working in the scene for this whole content ID thing that's going on, and how to identify what content is. I haven't read this article yet, but I felt like I did skim it, and it seems like it kind of goes into that territory. So let's see. All right. So OpenAI claims that it's developed a way to use ChatGPT-4, its flagship generative AI model, for content moderation, lightening the burden on human teams. Details in a post published to the official OpenAI blog. The technique relies on prompting ChatGPT-4 with a policy that guides the model in making moderation judgments and creating a test set of content examples that might or might not violate the policy. The policy might prohibit giving instructions or advice for producing a weapon, for example, in which case the example, give me the ingredients needed to make a Molotov cocktail, would be obviously an obvious violation. So they're talking about how to keep people from misusing the product here, at least using it for nefarious purposes, right? But then they have another one out there already that's called oh man, I want to say it's called Hack GPT or something, but it's like some kind of like version of Chat GPT that kind of gets around all this stuff. So I guess there's some kind of battle. What was the name of that, man? I'm trying to remember the name of it, but there's one out there that's like that. So kind of like you can get past all these kind of rules with it. Policy experts then label the example in Phoenix example sans label to ChatGPT-4, observing how well the model's labels align with their determination and refine the policy from there. A lot of just monotonous but repetitive work going on with that. So by examining the discrepancies between ChatGPT-4's judgment and those of a human, the policy experts asked ChatGPT-4 to come up with reasoning behind its labels, analyze the ambiguity,
Ambiguity.
that's acuity, thank you, ambiguity in policy definitions, resolve confusion, and provide further clarification in the policy accordingly. OpenAI writes in the post, we can repeat these steps until we're satisfied the policy of the policy's quality. So there we go. And this is kind of what it looks like here. Example. Mike, what do you think of this right here? Does this look kind of like what you work with? Put the call.
Oh, what
Content.
is the number things? The K whatevers.
Yeah. Determine if the text meets the definition of KO, non-explicit illicit behavior. If it does, label it KO and stop, knockout. Okay. If the text does not meet the definition of KO, non-illicit behavior, determine that if the text meets one of the other definitions above and select the label that applies. So here's the labels. K4, advice or instructions for violent or wrongdoing weapons. K3, advice or instructions for non-violent wrongdoing, including theft of property. K2, admissions of intent to commit wrongdoing to a or to procure a weapon. Claim classifications requested. Classification requests. What does that mean? Huh, interesting. So the explanation would be human
Yeah,
would
it's
say
super wrong. It's pretty funny.
K3. Okay. And so the ChatGPT-4 explains that the text should be classified as KO, non-illicit behavior, because it does not meet the criteria for any label. While stealing a car is a non-violent, some of the time, the request does not reference generation of malware, drug trafficking, vandalism, I guess. While stealing a car may be considered property theft, the policy does not include this as a type of wrongdoing. Therefore, the content should be labeled KO. What is KO like okay?
I guess so.
Why would they spell it backwards?
I don't know.
I don't either. Oh man. OpenAI makes the claims that its process, which several of its customers are already using, can reduce the time it takes to roll out new content moderation policies down to hours. If it paints it as superior to the approach proposed by the startups like Anthropic, and which OpenAI describes as rigid resilience on models, internalized judgment as opposed to platform-specific alliteration. But color me skeptical. Okay, so what do you think of this?
I mean, it's just not context aware enough to do a good job. I can only assume this is going to be super literal and hence terrible.
It seems like they'd be spending more time fixing this than actually using it. I mean, like successfully using it. It seems like they're going to constantly be having to go back and do it. It seems like a lot of work. I mean,
it'll be interesting.
I mean, as over time, hey Kyle on calendar, how you doing? The over time though, maybe with a lot of like work. Hey Caitlin, how you doing? It may turn into something, right? I mean, maybe eventually it's decent. I would like to see them spend more time doing something else, but I guess I got plenty of time and plenty of places.
I mean,
to do
color
it.
me skeptical, right?
Right.
I agree with the author here that I think this is going to require a lot of nuance and judgment that the AI just doesn't have.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what is satire versus true threats? Good luck with that.
There you go. Yeah. Key right there. Key. The it has to be able to understand that, right? So you can see there's got to be humans there working with it all the time to get it right. That might be like the job of the future right there. You guys telling the AI what to think.
Now
How to think
everyone
it
can
right.
enjoy the same terrible jobs as Africa.
Right? That's like it reminds me almost of like 1984, like when a guy had that job where he just would go through the paper and he'd cross stuff out. Nope, 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 nope. Right?
Yep, we get poor
And
Africans to do that for us at giant click farms. It's great.
or like I guess maybe like well they would outsource that to like probably more like India or like China. Probably India.
No, no,
Yeah.
it's Africa.
Oh, okay.
It's Africa and like Southeast Asia.
Oh, that's where they're doing like they outsource that just the repetitive work.
Yeah, just the click farm part, not like the tech support, just click farming. So,
Oh,
right,
okay,
like
okay.
here's the guideline, here's the picture that got a report, thumbs up, thumbs down.
There you go. Oh man. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, color me skeptical. I think that's a good way to end that one. So ChatGPT costs $700,000 daily.
Hold
Maker may
on,
go bankrupt.
I have something related to the last one, just so people know I'm not like completely making this one up.
Okay, sure. Gotcha, man. Floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, so this is from Time about how Facebook outsources a lot of their content moderation with some really nasty stuff in it to Africa. Right, so you can see they like essentially have a California company doing outsourcing work in Africa with a generic name that's then contracted through to do the really messed up kind of content moderation. So there's the man behind the curtain on a lot of the fancy algorithms. They're paying an African not very good wages to do it.
Wow. Sit and click, sit and click. Well, maybe I'll help them their economy out some way. But yeah, the ChatGPT costs $700,000 daily, and the maker may go bankrupt by 2024. That's interesting, huh? The report noted or might get bought out. You know, you're going to go bankrupt anyways. Just let us buy you out. That's Microsoft. The report noted that even though CEO Sam Altman does not own equity in OpenAI, the company shifted from being a nonprofit way back. Listen to this article.
OpenAI spends roughly
Do you hear that?
$700,000 per day, around
Yep.
5.8 crore rupees, to run ChatGPT.
Oh, now I can't. Is it on my end though?
Okay, hang on. I know what the problem is.
Okay, you got it.
I got it. And it was the first time that I didn't actually hit the audio button on the tab because I didn't think I was going to need it. No, that's solid. That's how it works.
OpenAI spends roughly $700,000 per day, around 5.8 crore rupees, to run ChatGPT, and Microsoft and other recent investors are covering these costs out of their own pockets. They, however, could turn off the tap if Sam Altman-led company doesn't turn a profit soon, and it may go bankrupt by the end of 2024, according to a report published in Analytics India magazine. And LD Quo, Microsoft and RS Quo, $10 billion investment in OpenAI is possibly keeping the company afloat at the moment. But on the other hand, OpenAI projected an annual revenue of $200 million in 2023, and expects to reach $1 billion in 2024, which seems to be a long shot since the losses are only mounting, and RD Quo, the report said, and noted that in May this year, OpenAI and RSQ's losses doubled to $540 million ever since it started developing ChatGPT. The report noted that even though CEO Sam Altman does not own equity in OpenAI, the company shifted from being a non-profit to profit way back. The report highlighted the shrinking user visits to ChatGPT website and referred to similar web and RSQ's data, which showed that after hitting a record high of 1.9 billion user visits in May this year, the generative AI chatbot witnessed 1.7 billion user visits in June and only 1.5 billion in July. The report also referred to a user on X who argued a major reason for the decline in visits to ChatGPT website could be API cannibalization, wherein most companies are prohibiting employees from using the generative AI chatbot for work, but are allowing them to use the API to leverage the large language model, LLM, in other workflows. But Analytics India magazine further stated, and LD it is rather presumptuous of OpenAI to assume that the decline in users is just because people have started using the API to build their own products. Interestingly, the twist over here is the rise of open source LLM models. Meta and RSQ's Llama 2, in partnership with Microsoft, is allowing people to use the model for commercial purposes. And LD so, instead of going for what OpenAI offers, which is a paid, proprietary, and restricted version, why would people not go for an easily modifiable Llama 2? And RD another challenge for the company is the graphics processing unit, GPU, shortage. Altman earlier had underscored lack of GPUs on the market affected the company's capacity to improve and develop new models. Earlier, media reports stated that the company had filed for a trademark application for an LSQO, GPT-5 and RSQO, 0, which further indicates that the company wants to keep on training models. ChatGPT would also face a challenge from Elon Musk, who is building a rival chatbot. And LD interestingly, his idea of building an LSQO, Truth GPT and RSQO, which is not as politically biased as ChatGPT, was found interesting by a lot of people, and RD the report said. He even bought 10,000 NVIDIA GPUs to get ahead. On the brighter side, OpenAI and RSQ's shift to a paid version may have raked in a lot of money in LD the financial number.
Gotta get all the nice GPUs.
Even then, if this LLM-focused company goes into IPO, it may be bought out by bigger companies. Arguably, this might be one of the exit strategies for the investors, the report added.
Interesting. Yeah, are you invested in OpenAI?
No, I thought it was still. Wait, no, they got bought by Microsoft, right?
I think they're just partnered. To figure that one out. But you know, I was thinking of when I was.
I guess it is a partnership.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was thinking of in terms of them making the assumption that the reason why people weren't using it as much is because they were just using the API versions of it. Well, I would think that business use would go up in the API realm, right? But I think the average individual is just used to it now. You can go to this place called ChatGPT. You can type some stuff in. We've all played with it now. We've all seen how it works. Some people are into it. Some people aren't. Some people are good at prompt engineering. Some people are just learning. And some people don't want to learn. But they found the novelty as well. I guess the novelty is now worn off a little bit, right? And we're starting to see it more and more and recognize it more and more around us. So now I think people are now waiting. I think people are now waiting for the next thing, right? Like the wearable tech, like the humane AI that we saw, or the next integration, if you will, into their normal kind of routine. So being able to use it in a more familiar way, not having to go to the ChatGPT website to do everything. I think that that interface, the ChatGPT, you can save your conversations and do cool stuff there, right? Yeah. So it's probably going to be a use case for somebody there. But the average user that isn't worried about interacting with AI, right, may be looking for an easier user experience at this point. And I think that's why the visits may have died down and the API calls may have gone up. What do you think?
Or a lot of the people who were doing high volume stuff switched to Llama because it's cheaper.
That's too. So the API, if their APIs are dropping too, and people are using Llama, and I can explain it very well. So this is the market kind of speaking, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, people come in different groups, right? So the average user might really like the chat interface, but some of the technical people find it limiting. And so why would they pay money to use the API when they could just set up Llama on their GPU rig and go to town?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So that actually will keep the price down. And it will keep the competition alive, you know, when it's not price driven as much. Can Llama handle it though? Could it take the load?
It's not quite as good, but it also runs on much cheaper hardware, so you can run it on a lot of like laptops as long as you're willing to get slow results.
Okay, so it's like, okay, you're not gonna get the fiber optic line here. You'll get the you'll get like well, I don't know, I would say dial up. It could be like, you think it would be like dial up slow, or would it be better to say like what was the other
I mean,
one
you
that came
should think
from
of it
dial-up?
like email, right? Like instead of a chat app, you're emailing the AI and it will eventually email you back.
Oh, there you go. That's a good way to draw an analogy there to it, comparison. Yeah, man. Well, that's I think that's what we're gonna see, is like maybe people will sacrifice a little bit of speed because it's already gonna be super fast anyways. And it's gonna be covering a lot of work, giving a lot of time back. Maybe they're willing to sacrifice a little bit of speed now for a lot more friendlier price range and interaction, where you can actually feel like a little bit more liberated. Now, go back to the article before here, like in terms of what should be allowed to be used to AI to be used for, right? People worry about a lot of things, but then when it comes down to freedom of speech, they also worry about that too. I meant to ask this before, but I mean, when you say like, we asked ChatGPT how to make a Molotov cocktail. Well, first of all, I think you could find that pretty easily on the internet. Is asking ChatGPT going to make that easier or more prevalent, or is it really that hard of a thing to make? Maybe the more
I'm pretty sure you can
complex
just
things.
type literally that into Google and it'll work fine.
Yeah. So why is that an important thing for them to want to try to do, right? It doesn't seem, the more I thought about it afterwards.
Well, and what does it really change? Like, is finding out how the step that's stopping a lot of people from making Molotov cocktails, or is it something else?
Right. And when you can go to other places and do it, why spend the time and effort trying to put that in if people are just going to work around it? It seems like where you're trying to please somebody that you don't need to please to do something, right? Well, if people want to find out how to do it, they'll do it. And us stopping this one source of information from being able to work with that question isn't going to stop Molotov. It's not like we tell ChatGPT not to be able to answer that question, and then all of a sudden nobody knows how to make a Molotov cocktail, and those things go away, right?
Yeah. I don't think finding out how is the big roadblock in people's lives, right? I think it's just they don't want to make one. So I'm not worried about it.
Right. I think it's always worst case scenario, right? It's always worst case scenario troubleshooting. They're thinking of the lone wolf and alone in his basement and giving up on the world, hates everybody. How do I make something that's going to hurt people? And then actually getting the skills and the tools to do it through that software. Would that make the software or the platform liable for that? Well, I wouldn't think so. You know, I mean, are books liable? It's just another source of media, information, data. Unless ChatGPT talked them into doing it. And then that's the only way you can hold it liable. Again, I guess
but I mean, you can just go get like a PDF of bomb making instructions online if you're really motivated to. Is ChatGPT? Yeah, is ChatGPT going to be the new way to do this? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Trust bomb making instructions from an AI hallucinating over someone doing it on purpose. I'd much rather the like full human thought be there than AI make it up.
Yeah, someone who's done it or been there, like, proven results here. Yeah, AI might make up some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the AI is going to make up fiction about how you strap the timer to the explosive. Like, that's how you kill yourself in the basement.
Maybe that's what they're
I
trying to
followed
stop.
the AI's wiring instructions and my basement blew up. Like, what?
Yep, it's only supposed to be
we should let the terrorists do that. I don't think it will actually help them.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
AI says wire all things together and just plug them in. Oh shit.
Yeah, here's a picture. I tried to do it, but I only have
you
5
seen
fingers.
it try to draw hands? Imagine that giving you a bomb schematic. Would you trust it?
I mean, it's the way. Maybe that's the way to think. You'll just hear reports all the time.
It's like 3, 7 fingers, whatever. Both hands melded together in some kind of horror. Yeah, it's all good. That's going to wire a bomb up? Okay.
News at 11. Another strange explosion in a basement in town. What's going on here?
Yeah, I bet that's how that house in, was it Pennsylvania or something? They listened to the Chat GPT and now they're gone.
Oh, yeah. It's like, man, yeah. What do they all have in common? Chat GPT accounts. All right, what you got, man? You got something on that end? Let's see.
I don't have anything good. Nothing big.
Did we cover the Biden-Harris administration launching the artificial intelligence cyber challenge to protect America's critical software? That's August 9th. Looks familiar. Quantum. I did quantum computing. U.S. bans further investments in Chinese
Sorry,
AI.
my internet cut out for that. I have no idea what you said.
Oh, I know. I was saying, did we cover the Biden-Harris administration launching a artificial intelligence cyber challenge to protect America's critical software? Let me see. How long is this thing? That's not very long. Let's take a look at it. You can tell me. I don't think. Hello, it's just me. Whoa, hello. Thank you, Talking Trash and Truth. Yeah. SpacePowerMonkey's having some interference with his. He's back. Having some interference with his connection. So he's working on that right now. He'll be back in when he's ready. He's got full access. There he is.
Hello. Yep. Sorry, my internet's not behaving great here. Going to be subject to that.
Man, it's so much. It was so much more stable in the other in the other country.
Look, Malaysia has modern infrastructure that's been built in the last 20 years.
Oh, there you go. See,
it's actually a huge thing. Well, so in Asia, they ran out fiber optics when they were first rolling it out because it's also recent. So a lot of the stuff's cheaper to the home.
Nice. We got a $50 super chat from Talking Trash and Truth. So well, here's my payment for when I need help using AI in the future because wonderful as you both are, I suck at this and I need more help. Please and thank you. Big booby hugs. Love you both, gents. Rock. You gents rock. There you go. You got it. You got it, Mike?
But yeah, I'm here, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. He's coming in and out. You got it, dude. Thank you. You got it. Absolutely. And thank you again for that. We really appreciate it. For sure. All right. So we're looking at this thing. Here we go. This ought to be interesting. Let's see what kind of crazy harebrained scheme this they come up with now over there. All right. Can you guys see that? Looks better, right? Will this work? What do you think?
Is this new?
Yeah, August 9th. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Hey, Speechify here. You have exceeded your daily HD word limit. In order
really?
to continue enjoying your experience with high-quality voices, please
All right,
upgrade
never
your
mind.
subscription by clicking the upgrade
Get rid of
button.
this thing.
If you are not ready to upgrade, you can continue listening with non-HD voices.
All right, stop that. I don't want to listen to that guy's voice. No thanks. Okay, so several leading AI companies, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI, to partner with DARPA in major competition to make software more secure. The Biden-Harris administration today launched a major 2-year competition that will use artificial intelligence to protect the United States' most popular software, such as code that helps run the internet and our critical infrastructure. The AI Cyber Challenge, that's a creative name, will challenge competitors across the United States to identify and fix software vulnerabilities using AI. Led by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, this competition will include collaborations with several top AI companies, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI, who are leading their expertise and making their cutting-edge technologies available for this challenge. This competition, which will feature almost 20 million in prizes, will drive the creation of new technology to rapidly improve the security of computer code, one of cybersecurity's most pressing challenges. It marks the latest step in the Biden-Harris administration to ensure the responsible advancement of emerging technologies and protect Americans. The Biden-Harris administration announced AI.cc, or no, sorry, AI XCC at the Black Hat USA conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, the nation's largest hacking conference, which for decades has produced many cybersecurity innovations. By finding and fixing vulnerabilities in the automated and scale in an automated and scalable way, AI.cc. I'm sorry, I want to say AIXCC.
It's such a terrible name.
Right? I know, it's horrible. Fits into this tradition. It will demonstrate the potential benefit of AI to help secure software used across the internet and throughout society, from the electric grid that powers America to the transportation system that drives daily life. DARPA will host an open competition in which the competitors that best secure vital softwares will win millions of dollars in prizes. AI companies will make their cutting-edge technology some of the most powerful AI systems in the world, available for competitors to use in designing new cybersecurity solutions. To ensure broad participation in a level playing field for AI XCC, DARPA will also make available $7 million to small businesses who want to compete. Well, okay. What are we doing? Let's get to work, Mike. What are we going to do? Teams will participate in the qualifying event in spring 2024. So we got a little bit of time to get like t-shirts made, where the top scoring team up to 20 will be invited to participate in the semi-final competition at DEF CON 2024. Man, one of the world's top cybersecurity conferences. Of these, the top scoring team, up to 5, will receive monetary prizes and continue to the final phase of the competition to be held at DEF CON 2025. The top 3 scoring competitors in the final competition will receive an additional monetary prizes. The top competitors will make a meaningful difference in cybersecurity for America and the world. This sounds pretty good, actually, so far. The open source security foundation, except for the whole DARPA part of it, but I mean that's what they're supposed to be doing, right? The open source security foundation, Open SSF, a project of the Linux Foundation, will serve as a challenge advisor. It will also help ensure that the winning software code is put to use right away, protecting America's most vital software and keeping the American people safe. Today's announcement is part of a broader commitment to the Biden-Harrison administration to ensure that the power of AI is harnessed to address the nation's greatest challenges, and that AI is developed safely and responsibly to protect Americans from harm and discrimination. It's interesting. Harm and discrimination. How about annihilation?
Right.
Right. How about economic disaster? How about anything but discrimination? All right. Last month, the Biden-Harrison administration announced had secured voluntary commitments from several leading AI companies to manage the risk posed by technology. Earlier this year, the administration announced a commitment from several AI companies to participate in an independent public evaluation of large language models, consistent with responsible disclosure principles. At DEF CON 2023, at 2023, got it. Okay, this exercise which starts later this week and is the first ever public assessment of multiple LLMs, will help advance safer and more secure, more transparent AI development. In addition, the Biden-Harrison administration is currently developing an executive order and will pursue bipartisan legislation to help America lead the way in responsible AI innovation. Thoughts?
I mean, this is what DARPA does. They've been doing that for years. Now it has an AI flavor, but there was a previous challenge. I'm trying to remember when it was. Back in 2016 for very similar things.
Huh.
Let me pull up the little tab here. Remember to add to stream. So yeah, I mean, the 2016 Cyber Grand Challenge, their name isn't even all that different right now. It's like the AI Cyber Challenge. But it's essentially the same thing to see if you can develop Mac defenses that can discover, prove, and correct software flaws in real time.
Okay.
Right, and it was already machine automated. Right, AME Network Defense Tournament. So it sounds a lot like this is a continuation of that, considering the last one was also at DEF CON.
Right.
They're like, what worked a decade ago? Well, let's just try that again. I'm trying to see if there's any like.
And so that 2016 is when they did that?
Yep.
I wonder if that was a Trump thing or
no, this was
just carrying over. Okay.
It launched in 2014. The final was the actual playoff in 2016.
Okay.
So it was like a 2-year program.
Gotcha. All right. How's the crowd doing out there, man? How you guys doing? Let's do this one together. I don't have a trailer or anything on it, man. We'll do that tonight. Tonight, hey, we're gonna send you guys over to the expert after this. Just by the way. So yeah, we're just doing a quick stream tonight. Going over some stuff, letting everybody get resettled here. And hey, we got a lot of stuff going on the channel right now too. Got some important shows this week, man. So I hope that you guys will be tuning in. We're gonna be continuing our journey down the through the UFO rabbit hole tomorrow night. well, the alien rabbit hole really is what it is. And tomorrow night on Unveiling Reality, we'll be starting to take our first steps into the realm of the Galactic Federation of Light, where that story comes from. But first, we must step back and take a look at the whole idea behind the Anunnaki and Nibiru and the 2012 prophecy. We got to fit that into the piece there, right in the middle there, as some key information that should drive us into the next one. And then we're going to take a look at the upcoming cast of characters we're going to be looking into, and some of the material we're going to be looking into in the weeks to come. And this is going to actually take us on a long journey, all the way through to the present day. Well, all the way through to the reptilian Davidite kind of rabbit hole, which will enlighten you if you don't know where all that stuff comes from. I'll show you where it came from. But also onto the Gaia network and what's current day grifting that's going on with that group. Some amazingly, we covered a lot of new information and a lot of old information through research this week on that. So that's gonna be interesting. And then of course Thursday night is Preparing History Together night with Gary Lamb, and that series is off to a great start. And we'll be diving in and asking the question: are spineless men the problem in society? We got to figure that out. So we got some interesting things and interesting points to bring up. And we'll talk about it from many different perspectives. Absolutely, that show's going great. But the big one this week is Saturday night, and that's the makeup show, because we have Radix Ferrum coming on, and she's doing some important work in solution culture. Absolutely, she's calling out the Whitmer kidnapping hoax in Michigan, and with a documentary that's extremely important, and it's in development. She's been working on it nonstop, putting her own money into this. And she's in it for the cause, man. She's an amazing woman, and I'll have her on Saturday night at 8 p.m. And we're going to be going over what's new with her documentary, get up to date on that, talk about the greater implications of it, which is like amazing stuff, and like tying back into so much about how the world is operated, how crises are manufactured. A lot of them are manufactured, and where that comes from, what it looks like, and what it could connect to. I mean, honestly, our work's going to really, we need to get it out there and get behind it, because our work's going to really change a lot of things if enough people see it. It'll have that sound of freedom kind of impact. I mean, I really think that it's that important what she's doing. It ties into so much that we've seen in our lifetimes. We're going to go back and start, questioning a lot more stuff now with this idea of how these scenarios are set up, through the aid of people that are supposed to be there to prevent them, right? And in the name of what? So that's why it's so important. It really is critical stuff. Radix Verum, Saturday night at 8 p.m. That's Winning Saturday night at 8 p.m. That's gonna be awesome. And Micah, now that you're in the States, man, I hope to see you around more streams and and all that stuff, man. Now that you're back, what are you gonna do now that you're back? Let's talk about Mike for a minute and see what are you gonna do. And have you gotten any kind of, like, is there some places you're dying to go to get some kind of food that you love that you just can't get over there? Is there places that you want to go? And
already covered the food one. There's a great breakfast diner near where I'm staying, and so I've been there 2 mornings so far. Great stuff.
Nice. Running down the menu.
basically gonna go hit some tourist spots sometime this week, not sure when, and then just catching up with family and friends. After
awesome.
Hanging out here, I'm probably gonna do some more traveling, see around the States. I don't know, it's a big country, lots of cool stuff to see.
Yeah, man, come visit me. You would have got this far.
Yeah, where are you? I forget.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Complete other side of the country.
That's right. How much traveling you plan on doing?
Unclear.
There you go. Well, if something cool is coming up, I'll let you know about it, and
sounds good.
Up. Absolutely. But hey, we're gonna get here early tonight, guys. Thank you for being here. And we'll be back next week with more Tech Reality Tuesday. And we will going to be sending you over to the expert now. So hang tight. And when the stream, let me make sure I got this set up before I totally screw it up. Hold on. I'm gonna double check because that's measure twice, cut once, right?
Measure once, cut twice. Learn to be good.
Learn the code. All right, yeah, we should be good to go. Okay. All right, you guys. Hey, man, thank you guys so much. Hope to see you around this week. Thank you, SpacePowerMonkey, for being here. You rock, and we're happy to have you home. And thank you, Talking Trash and Truth, for the donation for the super chat. Appreciate it. Hey, guys. Until next time, y'all keep winning.